6 o'clock in the morning. I've got to whisper a little bit here. I wish I could say I had an amazing nutrition plan in the morning, but getting ready for a run about 8:30 this morning. So I want to get my food in about 2 to 2 hours before I head out on my run. Now, lemon juice, or starting with a lemon in the water, is new for me. I really like it though. It feels like it sort of is this cleansing agent that gets in there. It's supposed to be good for the liver, obviously detoxifying things, getting digestion to be a little bit smoother too. So work with that, and then the greens, which just finished up. We're about to finish up there, and then we're gonna get into some eggs. And I wish I had a better alternative other than peanut butter and jelly and toast, but that's what you'll see, and a little bit of blueberries to start. I'm trying to move in a more plant-based way, but I'm not fully there yet. So this is sort of the morning routine that I have right now that feels good for digestion and getting going in the day. So we'll go eggs, a little bit of toast, peanut butter and jelly, and some blueberries to finish off this morning here. So there you have it. I wish I could say I had a different plan right now. I don't. And, as a teacher with the last day off, I am looking forward to going back to work. I cannot tell you how much I miss creating the content in education, and then also just being around the kids at school and the colleagues that I have, and really creating content. Those are the things that I miss. So looking forward to getting back at that. So last day off, but I wish I had a more, when it comes to this plan here and what you just saw, I mean, this is what's happening for real today. Somebody who's training for a marathon in their mid 40s, this eating routine will change, I'm sure. It will evolve and get better. But for now, it's what I have. Nothing magical when it comes to this meal, but it's what I'm doing, and it's what it is for right now. And also, as I mentioned, blueberries. So the blueberries will be the thing that I also have this morning, and basically that's what I'm gonna have before I run. Anything else, I'll keep you updated as my learning grows. Obviously, I'll keep you posted there too. All right. Heading out for a run, and what you just saw there in the video was my morning breakfast pre-run. So it's now 8:30, getting out there for a run, last day of vacation for this teacher. And what you saw there was legit what I'm eating before I go out on runs. I feel like it's a little much, maybe a little too heavy. Last year before the half marathon, I woke up early, like most people suggested, and you've probably read this too. You wake up early, I think it was like 4 hours before you actually are about to leave. So for me, that was like 5 in the morning or something like that, or 4 in the morning for a 7 o'clock start. And I had some toast with butter and a little bit of oatmeal with peanut butter in it. And that worked for me. I felt pretty good with that. The toast, I think I had a little bit of jelly on it, and that was enough to get me going for the full half marathon. I realize for the full marathon, I'm gonna have to have a different plan. So I've got to test all these things out as time goes on, and we'll see where they sort of land for me. I also should mention, as part of my nutrition this last year, I have probably done more intermittent fasting than I've done a lot of intermittent fasting. My typical routine is 3 or 4 days throughout the week, anywhere from a 16 to a 19-hour fast, and then having a 6 to 8 hour eating window. And that has worked for me. I think when I entered January of 2019, so a year ago this month, I think it was at like 185 pounds. Now I'm sitting at like 166, 67 pounds, which I feel like is a pretty good running weight for me. So I will keep up with the intermittent fasting, but what I realize is the volume of running as it picks up, I feel like I'm much more in need of calories and certainly more hungry. So the fasting doesn't technically work as well as I would like. I never started fasting for weight or anything like that. The fasting was really about, I had read articles from Dr. Rhonda Patrick about its benefits when it comes to endurance. So that was my first sort of entry into it. And then ultimately you learn more about the ins and outs. And I could do a whole video on my journey through intermittent fasting and what it's meant. I use the Zero app. The articles there are robust. The research there is pretty rich. So the benefits for fasting for me were really about giving your digestive system a break, number one. Number two, sort of getting rid of or cleansing out the bad cells, and giving your system a chance to sort of regenerate a bit. A secondary byproduct of all of that had become the weight loss for me. And yeah, I mean, it's fine. You know, I feel like I had probably 20 pounds worth of weight loss in that journey too, and it really didn't change that much in my diet. So fine, whatever. But you saw the nutrition plan. So I'll pivot from intermittent fasting. We'll move on to today's work. Gonna get out there for about a 5-mile run, see how it goes, see how I feel. No real plan today other than to stay in my zone 2, and come back and we will see what the post run brings as far as results. All right, just getting back from that run, 5 miles after a 6.5 mile run yesterday. I felt like my heart rate was out of the zone, in zone 3. So I'm gonna have to look at those results and figure out why that was happening. Let me just say, documenting this journey, I think is gonna be good for my growth and development, and it's getting things out of my head. But there is clearly a voice that says, documenting while doing this and sort of vlogging, I guess, in some ways, is weird and strange, and I feel like people are looking in at me. So I'm trying to make peace with that sort of part of my brain that is telling me to stop documenting. But I will say, documenting versus feeling like I have to create content, I'm having fun with the hobby itself. I do these little 5-minute edits on an app called InShot straight from my phone. I do not have any gadgets other than a tripod that I'm holding now. But I'm viewing this as a hobby. It's kind of clearing some space in my head to do some other things that are creative. I heard this great point, and I'll bring this up in an educational video that I'm going to do soon, which is basically your head is not meant to hold ideas, right? Your head is meant to get ideas out. And for whatever reason, that really struck me. So the idea of getting out the ideas, that was very meta, of my eating habits and what I'm doing before a run, I felt very self-conscious about doing that in this video, but I think it was important for my own growth of like, all right, that's where you are now. That's what you're doing with nutrition before a run now. And let's watch that as it develops, changes, evolves, gets better, and improves, which will be really cool learning for me. So that's why I'm documenting and creating this content. I feel pretty good about it. So if you like what you're hearing and this is helping you in any way, or anything that I said is sort of landing with you in a way that says, yeah, that's it, me too, subscribe, because there's more coming. This is just me in front of the camera. If you want to leave a comment, I would really appreciate your thoughts and your feedback, and maybe generate a conversation. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it.